The time engine fractures in its cycle, sparks blind you, and the coordinates collapse. Instead of the destination you set, you are thrown into the Paleogene. The dawn of predators swallows you whole. The world is not quiet. It groans, screeches, and shudders with lives testing new weapons. You stand on the crest of a raw hill, your suit still humming faintly, the visor clouded with the condensation of sudden transfer. Below, the land stretches, a patchwork of forests, scrub, and half-open plains cut by shallow rivers. But nothing is stable. Everything moves. The ground shakes faintly under the stride of something heavy, too light to be a dinosaur, too calculated to be aimless. A shadow detaches from the canopy. It does not fall like a bird of your memory. It drops like a blade. You freeze. Your visor tracks it for an instant before the shape disappears into the tree line. Elongated legs, a beak curved like a hooked knife, wings reduced to balance rather than lift. A Phorusrhacid, a terror bird, its silhouette too swift for something so massive. It does not circle. It does not wait. Tests the slopes with silence. You remember the fragments of protocol burned into your training. Do not descend. The ridges keep you away from the killing zones. Valleys are mouths that close around you. The wind turns. In its drag, another presence slides along the ground below, lower, more deliberate. A body close to the earth, a twitching tail, shoulders bunching like coiled metal. At first it seems fox-like, until the head rises, jaws flexing. Viverravids. Their kind is a filament connecting small carnivores of the past with the felines that will come. They are not large, but their numbers and precision make valleys impossible. You look to the treeline again, and another echo of the future crosses your vision. A bulkier frame, saber-like canines budding though not yet perfected, muscles stiff along the back. Nimravids. They do not roar. They whisper with their gait. The hook of the era closes around you. You are prey, misplaced among the prototypes of every predator that will later learn your shape. Every rise and fall of the land is a decision. Height buys sight and sight buys time. But the ridges are narrow, fragile veins of safety, and to step from them is to place yourself in an experiment that only ends one way. The sun slides through a haze, and the air tastes like a kiln. Warm, moist, unfiltered. Each breath condenses inside your helmet. The ridges stretch endlessly, ribs of an ancient animal picked bare, carrying you across a land too new for mercy. The protocol repeats in your mind as if whispered by the machine that failed you. Keep high. Stay with the ridgeline. If you fall into the basins, the world will know you not as a traveler but as carrion. Yet already the Phorusrhacid is circling again, never needing wings to find the shadow of your hesitation. The viverravids scatter below, twitching in anticipation. The Nimravid is patient, its outline fading into shrubs like a ghost of the cats that will come after. You stand alone with elevation as your only shield. And even that feels temporary, a fragile thread above a depth filled with sharpened teeth. The ridgeline carries you forward like a trembling spine, uneven and narrow beneath your boots. Each step presses fragments of stone loose, and you watch them tumble into the slope below. The stones vanish into the thickets that swarm the valleys, and every sound that follows is not stone anymore but breathing, predators stirred by accident. The air is heavier here than in any age you have known. It swells with damp heat, filled with pollen and spores from forests that spread like unbroken seas of green. Trees are taller than oaks, their canopies broad, casting shadows that become corridors of ambush. In the gullies, ferns crowd together so thick they form walls, concealing movements until they are too close to counter. You pause on a crest to scan the land. To your left, the ridge fractures into sharp outcrops, jagged stone towers rising from the earth. They glint in the sun, offering visibility but not stability, an uneven path where slipping would mean plunging into the waiting basin below. To your right, the slope softens into meadow, dotted with shrubs that tremble unnaturally. Not the wind, but bodies moving beneath. Sound is never still. A cry rises in the distance. Not the call of birds you once knew, but a deeper, metallic scream. The Bathornis claims its territory. The sound carries across valleys, amplified by the land itself, and somewhere nearby an answering shriek echoes back. You imagine them pacing along the forest edges, each with talons hardened for piercing, hooked beaks refined for tearing. Their hunt is not of surprise but of dominance. They walk the ground as owners, daring others to show weakness. But it is the smaller sounds that break your focus. Low chittering from below the ridge, the miacids. Their bodies are built for weaving through underbrush, not for open pursuit, but their patience is endless. They do not rush you. They wait, following your steps, probing for the instant you descend. And above them all, silence. Silence that hides the shadow of a Nimravid. When it moves, you barely notice. Only the flicker of grass, the pause of breath. It is larger than the viverravids, heavier than the miacids, a draft of the saber-tooth to come. You sense its confidence. It does not chase. It escorts. The ridge feels thinner now, the wind pushing against you with sudden force, urging you toward imbalance. The valleys suck at your gaze. Darker, denser, promising cover but filled with unseen jaws. Every instinct tells you to keep climbing, to maintain height, but the ridges grow steeper, cutting your calves with strain. You test the atmosphere again through your filters. The sensors in your helmet register oxygen thick, almost intoxicating, but carrying spores your lungs are not meant to process raw. Your suit hums with effort. The condensation inside the visor thickens, smearing your view. Every wipe of your glove clears it only for a moment before your own breath fogs it again. Below, the forest canopy shifts. A terror bird moves between shadows. It is not running. It is measuring. Behind, the slope whispers. The viverravids are closer, their forms breaking the ferns in short, deliberate bursts. They are careful not to reveal their full numbers, but their rhythm betrays coordination. The Paleogene is not a wilderness in balance. It is a crucible where predators experiment with forms, birds reinventing the dinosaur's hunger, mammals sharpening themselves into the shapes of cats. And you are caught in the middle, unprepared, a flaw in the design of time. Every ridge is a reprieve. Every valley is an ending. You have not yet fallen, but the land is pulling you downward. The machine's failed protocol whispers back into your mind. Not in words, but in directives carved deep into your survival reflexes. The rules are clear now, sharpened by the environment around you. Each one is not a suggestion but a boundary between breath and silence. Rule 1. Do not leave the ridgeline. The valleys are death traps. Every hollow funnels scent, sound, and heat downward, pooling like water. Predators wait in these channels. Viverravids threading through shrubs, miacids burrowing into shadows, Phorusrhacids striding openly as if they own the ground. Step down and your descent is an invitation. Your helmet might shield you from their gaze, but not from their patience. They do not need speed to claim you, only your gravity. Rule 2. Do not pause on open ground. The ridges are not constant forests. They break into meadows, wind-scoured clearings, sudden tongues of exposed stone. In these places, you are a silhouette outlined against the sky. The Bathornis sees this instantly. Its vision slices through glare, through haze, through motionless stance. If you pause too long, its call will split the air, and the ground will thunder as it charges. You will not hear its steps until its shadow covers yours. Rule 3. Keep your head above the canopy. Elevation is not just distance, it is awareness. The moment the trees swallow your sight line, the world rearranges. Movement comes from every angle, every branch concealing jaws or talons. You must force yourself higher, where the ridges stretch your horizon. Only up here can you track the flicker of Nimravid shoulders, the scattered patrol of viverravids. Drop too low, and you will be navigating blind. Blindness here is not an absence of vision. It is the gift of surprise to something waiting for you. Rule 4. Do not run. Move with the land. Panic is velocity without control. The ridges are uneven, split by cracks, shifting under your boots. Run and you will stumble, not might but will. And a stumble here echoes. Stones clatter, shrubs shake, birds scream. Every predator nearby recalibrates toward the noise. You must move with the rhythm of the terrain, measured, deliberate, aligned with the spine of the ridge itself. Step wrong, and you announce your position not once but many times, until the echo is answered by claws. Rule 5. Guard your silence. Your suit betrays you. Every intake of air fogs the visor. Every exhale hums faintly through the filter. The predators below are tuned to frequencies older than you can imagine. The tremor of a boot, the rasp of breath. If you let the rhythm of your body become irregular, they will follow. If the visor fog thickens and you wipe it too often, they will notice the flicker of movement against the sky. Silence here is not emptiness. It is camouflage. Break it and you separate yourself from the land. Rule 6. Never trust stillness. Stillness is not absence. It is a tactic. The Nimravid that lies in shadow is not at rest. Its breath is shallow, its muscles taut. The forest itself practices stillness, disguising the passage of creatures until the last possible second. If you see no motion, assume the opposite. If you feel calm, you are late. Each rule builds the shape of your survival. Yet, with every step you sense the framework tightening. The land below grows hungrier, more certain. The ridges are narrowing, the meadows stretching wider, the predators pressing closer. The instructions do not promise safety. They only delay inevitability. The ridgeline narrows until it is no wider than your shoulders. Stones crumble beneath your boots, sliding into the valley like signals. Every pebble you dislodge is answered. A shift in the ferns, a ripple through shrubs, the faint scrape of talons against rock. You try to move with the land, but the land betrays you. The spine fractures ahead into a fork, one branch leading to jagged stone where footing is unreliable, the other sloping into open ground exposed to the horizon. Neither keeps the rules intact. You pause, the first mistake. The Bathornis answers immediately. Its cry detonates in the air, a metallic shriek that vibrates through your helmet. Your visor blurs with condensation as if trying to shield you from the sound. You turn your head just in time to glimpse it. A towering form cresting the opposite slope, wings spread like balance poles, beak glinting. It has seen you not as anomaly but as prey. You choose the stones. Your steps turn sharp, uneven. Rule for brakes, you move too fast, forcing speed onto terrain that cannot hold it. A boot slips. You drop to one knee, the impact echoing through your suit. The slope shudders beneath you, stones cascading in an avalanche of sound. The valley below erupts. Viverravids scatter forward, tails lashing, eyes glinting. Miacids dart between them, smaller, quicker, their bodies threading effortlessly through ferns. They do not charge yet. They only climb, drawn by your fall. You push up, but your silence is gone. The hum of your suit is ragged now, too loud against the stillness. Rule 5 dissolves. Every breath you take is a beacon. Then the canopy stirs. The Nimravid emerges, not rushing, not hurrying. It moves as if it had always been there, muscle gliding beneath a pelt that breaks the light. His head lifts, jaws parting, saber teeth glimmering with potential more than function. His patience is finished. You stumble backward along the stones, and for a moment you gain elevation again. Your visor clears, horizon widening. Relief edges in until the ridge itself collapses. A shelf of rock shears away beneath your weight, dragging you with it. You fall. Not far, but far enough. The basin takes you. The ridgeline, your last shield, is above you now, unreachable. Rule 1 shatters completely. The valley swallows sound. Everything grows close at once. The rustle of miacids, the quick darting of viverravids, the heavy cadence of the Bathornis descending slope, each step a hammer. The Nimravid holds above, not pursuing, watching. It knows the valley will do its work. Your instructions fracture like the stones that carried you. One by one, they leave you. Height is gone. Silence is gone. Movement is no longer your own but dictated by the uneven pull of the ground. The predators are not in a hurry. They converge as if time itself has slowed, as if your failure has thickened the air. Stillness grips you. For a moment you think it is your choice, holding breath, clenching muscle. But then you realize it is theirs. The valley has paused with you, every predator in sync, the eye of the hunt tightening before the collapse. The ridgeline is only memory now. The rules that once separated you from them dissolve into the air. You are no longer above. You are within. The basin does not release you. Its walls loom like jaws, their shadows closing. The ridges above are no longer ridges. They are scars, reminders of elevation you cannot reclaim. The predators descend in rhythm. The viverravids first, their forms flickering through shrubs, eyes catching every shift of light. They do not charge. They weave. Their movements circle you, pressing tighter, their silence more suffocating than noise. Each one is small enough to seem insignificant, yet together they are a net pulling shut. Behind them, the miacids scurry like sparks across dead wood. Their teeth glint when they rear up, but their true weapon is persistence. They slip between their larger kin, closing gaps, sealing every exit you might imagine. They are not the future cats, not yet, but the shape of inevitability is in them. The earth trembles under the step of something heavier. The Bathornis strides into view, crest high, talons punching soil with each placement. Its scream tears the air once more, the call of a sovereign unchallenged. Your helmet hums in protest, the filters rattling as if the sound were a physical weight pressing through. It does not hurry. It does not need to. Its long legs cover ground with brutal efficiency, driving it toward you as if drawn by magnetism. And above all, watching without haste, the Nimravid lingers. It does not descend. It has no need. Its patience is a sentence. It knows the others will weaken you, exhaust your space, and when stillness has you in its grip, it will claim the final silence. You try to remember the rules, fragments of a failed protocol. Stay high. Guard silence. Move with the land. They are meaningless here. Every principle has collapsed, each one inverted. Elevation belongs to the ridges behind you. Silence is broken by your own ragged breathing. The land no longer carries you, it restrains you. Your visor fogs until the world is only shifting shadows. You wipe it with a trembling glove, smearing condensation into streaks that distort the scene. Through them you glimpse the circling viverravids, the flicker of their tails, the gleam of teeth behind foliage. Each wipe reveals less clarity, as though your effort itself erases detail. You think of climbing. The slope is steep, loose with stone, every foothold unstable. You place a boot against it anyway, and the hill answers with collapse. Gravel slides under you, carrying you down again, deeper into the basin. The predators stir at once, adjusting, closing. They have seen this motion countless times before. Prey always climbs before it falls. The Bathornis halts only a few paces away, its shadow engulfing yours. Its beak tilts, catching the last fragments of light, a blade suspended above flesh. It does not strike. It waits, letting the viverravids finish their circle, letting the miacids tighten the weave. The air inside your suit grows thin. The filters choke on the density of spores, struggling to separate breath from suffocation. Each inhale rattles like gravel drawn into a narrow pipe. You cannot slow it. You cannot quiet it. The predators lean closer, not with urgency but with certainty. Stillness overtakes you at last. Not chosen, not willed, but imposed. Your body no longer distinguishes between fear and exhaustion. Muscles lock, vision tunnels. The rules dissolve into noise. The basin closes. The predators converge. The ridgeline above fades, indistinguishable now from cloud or sky. You are no longer traveler, no longer anomaly. You are only what this land has always demanded. Matter for teeth, fuel for growth, silence absorbed into an indifferent world. The Paleogene dawns around you, radiant with hunger.